Hey, what is up everyone? So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Artillery Stormtrooper from the Mandalorian. So I ordered this the day it went up and it was supposed to arrive next week. But last night I got a message through Amazon saying that it was scheduled for delivery today. So it's like, okay, I'll take it. But yeah, nice looking figure. As you see, it comes in the new style box with the beveled side. Nice big window. You can see the trooper. Beautiful yellow. Love that. Comes with a mortar tube, mortar base, a shell, mortar shell. Comes with an E11, and the backpack is already on him that has the other mortar shells in it. Pretty sweet. On that side of the box, you have just a killer picture of the Artillery Stormtrooper. What a good picture. And up here, there's some more Stormtroopers behind him. Yeah, that is it's a nice picture. On that side of the box, the front window wraps around. Small window on the top of the box. Bottom, barcode, stuff no one reads. And on the back, you got the same picture as the side. You got a short bio in 5 different languages. This trooper is number 13 in this Mandalorian line, and then you got some more stuff that no one reads. I'm gonna get the Artillery Stormtrooper open, and let's take a look at him. All right, so I got the Artillery Stormtrooper open, and let's just take a look at him from head to toe. And I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because it's a Stormtrooper. I mean, we all know what the Stormtroopers look like, but let's just take a look at the paint on him. This yellow is gorgeous. Nice stripe here. The black line going around the front is pretty clean. The little eye holes look pretty good. These stripes are dang near perfect. Yeah, everything looks really good. My only complaint on mine is the mouth grill. I've got more silver on this side. This side, the silver's not as noticeable. I've got some black kind of bleeding through. So, yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. And from a distance on the shelf, you know, you're not going to be able to see it. But I kind of wish there was more silver on this side. But, you know, apart from that, all this in here looks really good. Yeah, it's not too bad. And that's what the back looks like, you know, just more of what we've seen before. Stormtrooper helmet, but it's nice yellow stripe going up the middle. And of course, around the mouth grill, nice yellow. Looks really good. It's a cool looking trooper. And the pauldron looks fantastic. I love this right here. You know, kind of make it look like the snap is kind of stressing the material. Really like that. Love this in here. Looks really nice. And then just going around, just more of the same. And the back looks like that. And it appears that this pauldron, I think it's just sort of held on by the neck. You know, you can move it. So if you had a few of these, you might could pop the pauldron off one pretty easy. Yeah, it's just got this little strap going around underneath the arm. But yeah, it's a good looking pauldron though. I love that. And the rest of him, I mean, it's a Stormtrooper body with some yellow here and there. But the yellow is very cleanly done. It looks really good. Got some nice yellow on the back of his arm. Yellow stripe on this little armor plate on the back of his hand. All this looks really nice. Same thing on this arm. Yeah, it's a good looking figure. And then got some yellow, you know, around here on this knee, and then around the bottom of the legs, right before you get to the feet, there's some yellow. And I think it's pretty screen accurate to what we saw briefly in The Mandalorian. Yeah, this is one of the best troopers they've done, I think. But just for funsies, let's just go through articulation real quick. So you do have some side to side of the head. It kind of runs into the pauldron a little bit when he's looking to his right, but you know, it's not too bad. Now, as far as side to side, it's still there despite having a pauldron on, and you have some, you know, some left to right at the neck as well as the tilt. So that's pretty good. Now, as far as up and down, the pauldron does block it. He still has some decent up, but looking down, it does kind of get in the way right there, but it's not terrible. The shoulder pads will recess into the body and even on the side with the pauldron. Yeah, the arms get up to there. You've got single jointed elbows that get way up there. Love that. He's got a swivel at the elbow, a swivel at the wrist. The right hand is hinged up and down, and the left hand is hinged side to side. And he's got some amazing butterfly joints. That is impressive. He's got some swivel at the midsection. There's just a little bit of crunch and some pretty good back and some really good side to side. That is... yeah, he's got an upper thigh swivel. And if you rotate the legs out just a little bit, the legs go up to there, but they do go up in a V. You've got a swivel at the knee, single jointed knees that get just to 90. Feet go down that far, they go up that far, and you've got some swivel at the ankle. And as far as accessories, there's the E11 that he comes with. It's just like a few that we've seen. This is the new style that has this little flashlight on the side. You've got an extended magazine on that side. It's just cast in black. There's no paint or anything on it, but it's a pretty cool looking weapon. And speaking of E11s, I'm just going to go ahead and see how this looks in his hand, and that goes in beautifully. Trigger finger right where it should be, right to the trigger, right through the trigger guard, and he holds that very well in one hand. There's no chance of it coming out, and it's a pretty good look. But as we all know, this new Stormtrooper body is pretty amazing. I mean, you can get this rifle right up to his shoulder, practically, yeah, aiming just like he should be. That is such a good look. Yeah, I love that. But I don't think I'll display this guy like this too often, because he has a much better accessory that comes with him. And that is this mortar tube. And I kind of wish they would have put like a wash over it to make it look kind of weathered or battle worn. But yeah, this is what we got. But the detail is definitely there. You got some nice little things all through here. You got some detail on the bipod, which is great. And this thing will swing front and back. This thing is on this base, and it's on a ball joint, so it can move in all directions. You have a little bit of detail on the base itself. And as far as depth, that is as far as it goes. It does not go the whole length of the tube. It stops about right here, which is totally fine. But it's a pretty cool little accessory there. I love it. And that's what the mortar shells look like. These things are itty bitty, but they're kind of detailed here and there. You have this little bit there. You have this little nubbin sticking out. You got a little dimple right there, and then a gray stripe on this side, and then, just some gray stripes on either end. Pretty cool little thing. It's just so little. And you have 3 more in the backpack, and these all 4 come out. They just sit there. I'm not going to take all 4 of them out. And as far as putting this one in, it just goes in just like that and sits in there next to his brothers. And yeah, that's what that looks like. And moving on to the backpack. So like I mentioned, you got 3 more mortar shells, and this yellow canister is fixed. It does not come out, but it looks pretty good. But down here, you have some really nice detail all through there. Looks really good. You have this on this side, some sculpt, this thing sticking out. And on the other side, you have this, and you have some grenades over here that are sadly fixed. These do not come out. These are very similar to the ones that the Death Troopers in Rogue One were lobbing. So it's too bad these don't come out, because I would love to stick one of those in his hand sometime. But yeah, that's kind of nice right there. And that's what this side looks like. This peg right here is stupid. It's like someone at Hasbro said, hey, let's make the backpack not go on very well and not stay on very well, because it doesn't. It's a pain to put on. This thing is just only a couple of millimeters high. And then this thing, it is not easy to get on, and it doesn't stay on very well. So that's a little disappointing right there. So with these 2 troopers both being on the same body, all they did was they took this little thing away and they made it a little slit. That's all they did. And they actually thought that the backpack would stay in this little shallow hole and this. Yeah, somebody didn't think that through. So as far as putting this on, yeah, you got the world's smallest peg, and you have this little thing there, which is dumb. And it's way harder than it needs to be to put on. It is so fiddly, because it's hard to see, right? Once it gets there, you can't see where that peg's going. They could have done so much better with this. I'm almost tempted to glue this in place. This is way more fiddly than it needs to be. Stand by. There. Nightmare. They could have done so much better with this. This is my only gripe right here. The rest of the figure, awesome. This could have been so much better. But once it's on, I mean, you can shake him. It's not going to just fall off. Certain movements, don't bump it. Don't bump it. If you bump it, it's, you run the risk of it falling off. See, it's already trying to fall off. Yeah, that's a little screwy right there. But that's what it looks like on him. And it's a good looking backpack. And I'm almost tempted to glue this on, because I really have no reason to take this off. I'm really tempted to glue that in place. All right, so now that that's done, let's see how these mortar shells go in here. So these fingers are like concrete. You kind of have to deform the hand a little bit to get them in there. You have to really stretch the fingers out. You have to really stretch and this thing just fell off. I'll get to that later. Yeah, you have to really deform the hand, which I don't like. There, okay, that is super tight. Once that's in, there is no chance that's going to go anywhere. And once it's in, it's fine. He holds it pretty well. But you really do have to kind of deform the hand a little bit to get it in there. But once you get the thing in his hand, then you can recreate him, getting ready to drop one in the tube and thunk. So yeah, that's a good look right there. I love this pose. In fact, this is exactly how he's going to go on the shelf. And speaking of shelves, there you have it. He looks good on the shelf. He looks really good. What a good looking trooper. The backpack is super fiddly, but overall, that's a good looking trooper. And of course, he's the same size as this guy, so it kind of gives you an idea of height. He's a good height in relation to the rest of the characters. So yeah, but man, he looks good on the shelf. Love that mortar tube. And just the overall look of the trooper. What an awesome looking trooper. And something else I found, this little piece on the side of the tube, he can actually hold it right there. So he can be walking to work, he's taking a sip of his coffee, and yeah, that's kind of an interesting look there. So as a whole, this is a great looking figure. I absolutely love the yellow. I mean, from top to bottom, the yellow paint just pops. It looks so good on this trooper. The pauldron is awesome. All this in here looks so good. I'm kind of bummed that I'm missing some silver on this side, but you know, that's just how it is nowadays. The backpack, I like it. It's hard to put on, and once it's on, you kind of have to be careful, but it is a good looking backpack. I love all this detail in here. It's cool that all four of these can be stored there and taken out. That's a great idea. I love the grenades on this side. That is a nice touch there. Love that. And I forgot to mention this little thing sticking out right there. That's kind of neat. So yeah, solid figure. 2 thumbs up. Well, maybe like a thumbs up and then a half a thumbs up because of this silly backpack. But let me know in the comments below what you think of this guy. I would love to hear from you guys and share your thoughts on the Artillery Stormtrooper. I, for one, love this figure. And if you like videos on Star Wars The Black Series, please consider dropping a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and please turn on notifications because I'm always posting something. I would certainly appreciate it, and I just thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll just see y'all next time.